Hello,
Hello.
and welcome to Planet Marzipan, the Fish and Marillion podcast. I'm Mezza, and here's my mate.
Craig Houston.
Hello, and welcome to Planet Marzipan. I'm Mezza. I'm here with my good friend,
Craig.
and we're here for part 2 of Sounds That Can't Be Made. And we have 2 of our guests from part 1 who are still with us. We have Stephanie Bradley.
Hello.
Hello. And we have Darren Moore.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. So we've talked in part 1 about the album, what led up to it, and all the tracks on it, and it's a fairly lengthy conversation. So if you've not heard that already, go back and listen to it before you listen to this. We're now going to talk about the artwork and the formats and the tour that followed it. So the artwork for the album is the 3D cardioid. Is that right?
Cardioid, yes.
Cardioid, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this Simon Ward's work, isn't it?
Yes,
is,
it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, if I thought initially, before anything, when I first saw it, I thought it was actually like a CGI generated image, but it isn't. It's actually a model that they've got that they photographed really nicely.
Mm.
And I think it's a very distinct cover, and I think it's just it fits it perfectly.
It's not brown.
We've got the
It's not brown.
in the office. We've got.
Have you?
Yeah, we've got. It's quite weird.
How big is it?
Is it a weird slinky? Those slinky things gone
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. How
But-
big is it?
Quite tactile. Probably about the same size as the album cover.
All right, okay.
Was it 3D printed? I seem to recall.
Yeah.
I think.
Possibly,
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
So it's a mathematical equation.
It is. It's
In a form,
from
isn't
what I remember, it's a circle, and if you put another circle touching it and then rotate it round the outer circle,
Okay.
a bit like a spirograph, and that's the image it makes.
So it's not a quaver.
Not quite.
It's not a quiver.
disco.
You think it's like a quiver and a what's it got together?
Yeah. What would happen here? Yeah. And then the special edition, the pre-order edition, has Craig. Tell me what that's from. I read it today. I can't remember. What's this?
It's a transmission that was sent from SETI, which is basically a communication with aliens to basically say, "Look at us." Because Mikey was going, "Is that something from Space Invaders?" It's like, read up on it.
Do you want to know what each
Yeah,
of the
listen,
7?
It's the
Yeah, because it's the Arecibo.
Arecibo message.
figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
So
on.
in order from top to, I'm trying to remember which way it is on the sleeve. Is it vertical?
Hang on, that way. So the M's at the bottom.
Yeah, right. So the top line is the numbers 1 to 10 in binary. Yeah, so if you've got the 1 and then you've got the 1 and the 2, body, 1.
Yeah.
The second block of things are the atomic numbers of the elements hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus, which make DNA.
Pronounce this. I'm reading it. You pronounce which make what?
DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Good effort.
Close. And then you've got the formulas for the chemical compounds that make up nucleotides of DNA. And then you've got the estimated number of DNA nucleotides in the human genome and a graphic of the double helix structure of DNA. Interestingly, these are color coded, which they aren't on the box.
Yeah, because the silver on the box, but the color
Yeah.
coded in real life.
Then you've got the dimensions of an average man, which apparently is taller than me, which is 5'9".
Of course, it's taller than you. What do you mean, apparently?
A graphic figure of a human being and the human population of Earth, which was about 4 billion at the time. And then a graphic of the solar system, including Pluto, indicating which of the planets the message is coming from. Oh yeah, it's lifted
The
up.
third one. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's lifted up, yeah.
Yeah. And then the final one is a graphic of the Arecibo radio telescope and the dimensions of the transmitting dish. It was 1,679 binary digits transmitted. Do we need to go into all that?
If I were a betting man, I would say that might come up in a quiz question.
Good. Yeah. Let's stash that one.
Yeah,
But that's what you think it means. What the whole thing actually really is, it's Colonel Sanders' recipe for KFC batter. That's the only way they could actually get the secret recipe out. But also, isn't the Arecibo receiver, the satellite thing itself, wasn't that used for the bases in GoldenEye of
Yes.
the lair
The base, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That Sean Bean drops into, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Not giving away the ending, obviously.
That's all right,
Apparently, it
it's
was
only 30 years
fired from that transmitter to the globular cluster Messier 13 in 1974.
there's no answer to that, is there?
Not really, no. I don't know if they've had a reply back, but
The pre-order deluxe box was a 2-disc affair, wasn't it? A CD,
CD
and a
and
DVD in a case-bound book with I don't know, what is it, 80 to 100 pages? Looking at it,
yeah.
all color imagery with the lyrics, and then the names of all the pre-order people in them as well.
No,
Why? Who's not there?
I'm not there for a start, and about another.
You did.
Oh yeah, wasn't there extra
Oh, there was.
printed?
Did you get that?
Yes,
Yeah.
we people who missed out. Well, not missed out. Who pre-ordered, but for some kind of computer glitch, where names were missed out of the booklet.
It was those with a
It was a
criminal
separate-
record were excluded. Is that right?
Yes, because we were all up in court. So yeah. So my name's one of the ones that was missed out, but we actually got a separate sheet through a couple of months later, if I remember right, it was, with all the missing people.
And I haven't been through it, but I understand there's some is there some rogue names in this one as well?
Yes, I can't remember which they are because I remember Mark Kennedy went through all of them to tell us what it was a while back, and I forgot there's some good ones in there.
Can't
And I
see,
think-
but have a read through.
But this one as well is, I think there's different artwork for each of the songs, like that has been in previous ones, but there was different people doing the artwork.
There was for each track.
For each track.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you had the likes of Antonio Seijas was back again, and there's
Andy Wright's done.
Yeah, Andy Wright did a few of them
Montreal.
as well,
Yeah.
and Carl Glover did some that as well, and I think it's a absolutely gorgeous book.
It's a brilliant. I don't think it's not available anymore, is it?
No, it was just a pre-order, and I think
No, it's fantastic.
And I think it's one of those ones there where you fine well when you're getting these, either the deluxes or whether you're getting these special editions, you're getting something special.
Yeah, no. And it's what we love as fans. It was a pre-order, so we love to support the band way in advance.
Yeah. The DVD that came with it is absolutely cracking.
It's just a documentary and the promo videos for Power.
There's a documentary. There's promo. There's promo in the studio videos for Power and Lucky Man. There are also There's a rehearsal video of Power from Montreal.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of rehearsal songs, like Bits of Gaza, and I think Pour My Love's in there and a bit of Sky Above the Rain,
Yeah.
and that in the Racket Studios. But it's a cracking little DVD. I mean, the documentary's on for about, and it's over an hour if I remember right.
Yeah, there's an EPK version of the documentary which is about 13 minutes, which is on YouTube. So and I'm sure I mean I haven't checked, but I'm sure Tim must have put the documentary onto the Space as well.
Yeah, I think all the other bits are up on the Space, so it's
Yeah.
worth looking into. And the documentary, I mean, they go through the songs, they go through everything. They even briefly mention the fun and games in Portugal, and
skirting around it slightly,
skirting
but they
around
do,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and how the album came about, and a reaction to, you know, like doing less is more, and yeah, it's well worth it, well worth the look out to look on the Space if you haven't got the special edition, or if anybody's flogging the special edition anywhere, you know, get your bits on it.
There's
I'm
a
not-
nice, li- I was
Sorry,
gonna
go.
say, a nice little story about the artwork, just as an aside. So Andy Wright found this lovely young lady called Amna to be the model for who's floating through the air in the videos. And then she came to meet everybody in 2013 at the Montreal weekend, became good friends with a lot of people, and then following on from that, several years later, decided that she wanted to come and live in England and came over and moved to England and is now engaged, has forged a life here, is now engaged, is getting married, I think next year. It's a lovely story. It's great because she was living in Aylesbury and she lives in Bicester now. So and for a while she was in Chesham, so it was lovely having her around here. We did lots of walking together when it was lockdown. So
Right.
those lovely happy ever after stories,
Yeah.
Cool.
all through Marillion. So
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that there wasn't a Racket version of the album, a single CD? Was there? There was.
I think there was a pre-order one as
Was
well
there?
as the special
Right.
edition. Yeah.
I've got the Adele Retail one CD, and then the following year they put out the 2 CD special edition, which has got 3 radio session tracks wrapped up in time: Power, Pour My Love, the gospel demo version of Lucky Man, and then Sounds That Can't Be Made in Invisible Ink live in Port Zealand 2013 on the bonus disc. And it's
Yeah, because that's the one that there's like a pinky kind of cover, isn't it?
it's got like a pink hue to it.
Yeah, and that version is available on streaming as well as the normal version as well.
Right. Still available on Amazon, that 2 CD.
Yes, it's still around.
What isn't available is the vinyl.
Your favourite slot?
Yes, come on, just for the record.
Yes, it's time to slide in gently.
Ooh, ouch.
Ooh, missus.
It's out of print.
Ooh.
So it came out on Adele, I think the following year. I don't think it came out at the same time as the album was released.
2013. Yeah.
Yeah, so this came out the following year. It's really nice. The pressing I've got is really nice. It's got printed inners and a hard, a heavy cardstock sleeve as well. If you can get a copy, I'd certainly recommend it. And if Racket get them back in stock, snap them up. But yes, it's not available at the moment. And you'll be glad to know that I've spared you a review of the 5.1. I normally do an in-depth review of the 5.1, but full disclosure, I put it on this morning and I made some notes for the first 2 tracks, and then I just sat back and enjoyed the surround mix. So
Well, to be fair, we can leave that until we actually do a Sunday night above the rain,
well,
and then you can dive into that properly there if you want.
I think it's worth saying to folks, if you don't know, that the 5.1 mix is on a Sunday Night Above the Rain.
Yeah.
It's on disc 3 of the Blu-ray set. It's not available anywhere else, to my knowledge.
No, but on that Sky Above the Rain, on the Racket version, which is got the 3 discs on it.
Sunday
Yeah,
Night
there's-
Above the Rain, Craig.
Oh yeah, Sunday Night Above the Rain. No. on disc 3, you've got not just the 5.1, but you've got a 24-bit version of it as well, and you've got the unsound thing where you've got a pile of the demo versions.
Yeah.
So
different
it's-
to Silent High, some of them.
So it's definitely a package that's worth getting hold of. And if you got,
I don't think it's available now.
has it gone?
I think it's gone.
Oh,
I think I'm not sure. I looked on the website this morning. Looks to be a one disc
retail
Adele.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They may have sold them off in the £5 sale. I don't know.
Well, you discussing
Don't
that
upset
release separately, are you? So,
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll
that
do
from
the
separate,
weekend.
yeah.
because that had the funky box, didn't it? Which I think was the first time they did.
It did, which I've got
Yeah.
somewhere, but
Yeah.
I know you've got it because we talked
I
about
got
it
it.
at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't have it.
No, it was quite expensive at the time, wasn't it?
It was £100, Darren.
It was. I was thinking it was
Exactly
at 99 or
£100.
100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
£100. Yeah.
Now,
But it
nowadays,
was
for
limited,
something like
wasn't
that,
it? And then they were suddenly up at £400 on eBay within about an hour.
Yeah. But I think we'll talk about that when we do Sunday
Yeah.
Night Above the Rain. So we talk a little bit about the tour.
Yeah.
one thing I can say just before we hit the tour, and it'll be about the tour, but it's also about the releases. There was, just before the album came out, there were some tour downloads which were available, which were from, I think it was New York
America.
in America.
Yeah.
So we actually had a download available of 2 gigs, one of them which had Lucky Man and one of them which had Power, before we actually got the album. So a lot of people bought the downloads.
I
just
think there
for
were
the-
more than 2 gigs available, but I think we got those 2. So we got, because they only played one new song on each night.
each night, yeah.
So to get them both, we bought 2 downloads. Yeah. But yeah, as we said in the first episode, the band were on tour in America first, and then the British/European tour started on the 9th of September in Cardiff.
Yeah. There were a couple of gigs, just looking at set list, Stefan, there were a couple of gigs in Sweden, Norway.
Yeah.
Just before the UK tour started.
Yeah. What the set list for those though? I think that was that the album?
No, it had it was a bit like the American part of
Yeah.
the tour, so it had Power in there. I think that might have been it actually. Yeah, just Power.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just scrolling on to the 9th of September. What were you at the Cardiff gig, Darren?
No, Manchester was the one out the night
Right.
after. Yeah.
Craig, we were at the Cardiff gig, weren't we? You got any memories of that?
We were down the front.
Well,
It was quite. It's not a very big venue because it was part of the university, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And student union, and the opening with Gaza. The setup, the setup was good because they had the crates and the lighting and everything like that. It just worked so well. The thematic opening of it, as an opening track, by God, it hit you like a bag of hammers.
Well, H was kind of stood on on a box.
Yes.
Yeah,
he stood on
had
it
the
and
white
it's-
smock, didn't he?
He did,
The,
yeah.
The
Quite
air symbol on it.
striking opening.
Yeah. Am I right in thinking, wasn't the intro music to Splintering Heart played over the PA?
You might be right. What? And then
And everybody thought it was going to be, it was the bomb, bomb, bomb,
Yeah.
bomb bit. And then there was like a bang and like a crack.
Yes.
That's
And
right.
then all the lights started spinning.
Yeah.
And then it went into Gaza.
Yeah,
I
because it was
remember,
it's almost as if like the PA had gone bang or something.
Yeah.
yeah. But they only played, was it before the songs early on?
Gaza, Sounds, Power, Sky.
I have this vague recollection at the Forum. Was it this tour? Was it? No, it must have been because it was at the start. It was a whole load of us, and were standing at the side of the stage using torches, flashing them around the
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah,
before-
yeah.
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 Yeah, look like searchlights
Yeah.
flying around, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I'm glad that wasn't in my imagination.
the set list for the first night was Gaza, You're Gone, This Town, Rake's Progress, 100 Nights, Sounds That Can't Be Made, The Other Half, Neverland, A Voice from the Past, Power, Fantastic Place, Real Tears for Sale, Sky Above the Rain, finishing with The Great Escape. And then the encore, first encore was A Few Words for the Dead, and the second encore was Sugar Mice in Between You and Me.
Yeah.
Slightly tweaked it in Manchester.
They dropped Between You and Me, I think. I think they hit the curfew and dropped that. And they flipped a couple of, I think they flipped This Town Trilogy and You're Gone around, I think.
Yes, yeah. I think we stood. I think we were stood with you for that gig, weren't we? Sounds better.
Possibly about halfway back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not down the front. Yeah.
Off third left hand side. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you catch any others on the tour?
I'm just having a quick. I don't think so. Not in the UK. The Corporation was the infamous gig, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I didn't go. I remember reading reviews of it.
I think if you stayed in the bar a bit too long, there were lots of pillars in the Corporation.
Right.
Were you at that one, Stephanie?
No, I wasn't. I just
Right.
remember this flood of emails coming in saying, "Why did you play that?"
Yeah,
Blah, blah,
yeah.
blah.
I think didn't Carl promote it or something? I think.
Yeah, I think
I felt sorry for Carl.
Carl was something to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great gig, but if you arrived at the venue, you know, more than sort of half an hour after doors, you were quite a way back with lots of pillars, so the view wasn't fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course, we didn't. We got there early and we had a great view. So.
Yeah.
Because
I did do. Go on, sorry. Go on.
So I didn't do Sheffield because I'd gone up and I did after Cardiff, did Manchester, then I went up to Scotland and did Edinburgh,
Yeah.
and I worked merch with Jim at Edinburgh.
Okay. Was that
I
the last?
did mer-
Was that
I
your
did
last
merch.
merch? Was it?
I can't remember. I did merch in Manchester as well. Or not? Yeah. Oh, it's all good. It's all gone. It's all gone so long ago. I can't remember. I think I can't remember. I don't know if I did merch. I don't think I did merch in HMV Forum in London as it was back then. No,
No,
Oh.
that
because that's when there was another live CD one then.
Yeah,
wasn't
Sounds
there?
Live was there. It was the Abbey Road Live, wasn't it? Was
Yeah.
it them that did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the UK tour ended in Cambridge, didn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I was at that one as well.
And then there was a bit of a gap, and they did South America, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Venezuela, Mexico, and then back into Europe in November, France and Holland, Germany, Prague, Poland. And then I went to the final 2 nights, which were at the Bikini in Barcelona.
Oh yeah.
So they did a double header. Yeah, they did a Saturday, Sunday. The first night, I remember infamously as being the shortest ever set list I'd ever seen, and they only played 9 songs.
Really?
Yeah. Gaza, Ocean Cloud second.
Well, bloody.
At which point I'm thinking that's 40 minutes. We've just gone on 2 songs. They put Pour My Love in at this point. Then they did Neverland, Power, Sounds That Can't Be Made, Sky Above the Rain, Man of a Thousand Faces, and then encore with A Few Words for the Dead.
That's an epics night.
It was 9 tracks, and it was over 2 hours.
Brilliant. Good set list.
It was different, yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of. And then the second night was a bit more. We got actually, I think we got Warm Wet Circles on the second night, things like that.
Yeah.
Warm Wet Circles, Sugar Mice. Fantastic Place was thrown back in. It was more like the standard tour.
Oh, Pep Sala was there for the second night, was he?
Yeah, there was a little interlude with Pep in there. Yeah.
singing along to Boy Per 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting.
That's a
looking
weird
at
venue. Have you ever been to the Bikini?
No,
It's bizarre. It's like two rooms, and there's like a horseshoe shaped bar that splits both rooms. And if you go into the second room, there's a video screen on the wall showing the stage that's in the other room. But you can see over the bar to the stage if you're at the other side.
Yeah.
But what happens is a bit like what happened at the Roadmender. The main entry takes you into room 1 where the stage is, and everybody just stops. And it's double the capacity, but nobody wants to go over the other side because there's no stage there. So everybody tries to cram into half of the venue to see the stage.
Yeah.
It's an absolute nightmare if you get in there at the wrong time. But yeah, it was good. It was a good weekend, actually.
Yeah. Great way to end the tour.
But just looking at the UK tour dates, so just get back to that. You know, there was only 7 UK dates, which is quite a short tour.
Yeah.
For the UK, especially now, even like say the last amount of tour, it's not like it was on like .com and Radiation where it had really been pared back. Yes, it had expanded a little bit, but 7 wasn't a lot in that space of time for 2012.
Well, the album didn't. I mean, chart wise in the UK, it got to number 43. So, I'm sure a lot of the pre-orders won't have gone towards that.
No,
they won't have.
They didn't.
Which would hamper the chart position.
Considering a lot of people, a big percentage of people pre-ordered.
Yeah, even in Germany, it got to 29 and Holland 22. So that's the highest it hit. But we did ask our listeners what they thought of Sounds That Can't Be Made, didn't we, Craig?
We did. And to say that we got an avalanche.
We got a lot of replies, yes. Okay, well, back on the 6th of September in our Facebook group, I asked you what you thought of Sounds That Can't Be Made, and we got over 100 comments. So thank you very much for that.
Oh,
it certainly
blimey, governor.
Stirred up some strong feelings, this album. We'll give you a few of the highlights, and there's some pretty long posts, so bear with us. But really,
get yourself tucked in.
Yeah, get
yourself comfy.
We'll start. I'll actually just take off the most relevant and make it all comments. There we go. Sorry. Oh, and I've done something wrong. What have I done? There we go.
You've pressed buttons with your big finger.
I have. I've done something wrong now. Lost it.
Oh, you lost it years ago.
You didn't have it a minute ago. Now I ain't got it.
Yeah, that's what happened. Tablets will help.
Here we go.
Does yours start with Seamus or not?
It will do when I say all comments. Yes, there we go. First thing is, yes. Seamus Colgan says, great choice for an episode. I don't see an LP there, Mucker, to me. Well, there is one, and it was just out of shot, as I said at the time, Seamus.
It does exist.
Yes.
Carl Rag Reagan. A fantastic album. I can't really write an essay about it in the same way I could about happiness, marbles, holidays, or seasons. But it's just a fantastic album. Highlights for me, Sky Above the Rain. Go on there, John. Goosebumps, magical. I'm going 8 out of 10, which is great because I'm harsh. For comparison, Fear only gets 2 out of 10, and An Hour Before It's Dark only 6 out of 10.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Leo Trimming says, Gaza is one of the most important songs they have ever recorded, and Sky Above the Rain is one of the saddest songs they've ever recorded. However, for me, the rest of the album is only okay. Still good, but not on a par with those two crackers.
And the controversial one, Rick Gay. This album almost put me off them. In my opinion, they're worst by a long shot. The production is so dense and the songs are weak, especially Montreal. Gaza, probably the best of a bad bunch. Thankfully, my faith was restored with the next album.
Oh, a similar sort of thread. Russ Parker says, a mixed bag for me. I probably like or love half of it. Gaza is a masterpiece, as is The Sky Above the Rain. The title track and Power are wonderful too. Montreal is pretty good, but I find Pour My Love dull, and I'm not keen on Lucky Man, and I detest Invisible Ink, in truth. You love the cover artwork. I think it looks great on a t-shirt as well as the tattoo I have on my upper arm.
Roger N. Taylor. Title track is the song that got me into Era Marillion 3 or so years ago. So always love this album. Mick Stead, another short one. Love Gaza, a fantastic song. One of my favourites from the band. Power is pretty good too.
Gary Page, friend of the pod. Towards the bottom of my list. That being said, it's got some incredible moments. This is all my opinion, obviously. I think it would have been better if Gaza was a standalone statement and left off the album. Good suggestion. Montreal and Lucky Man are low points, but I guess that leaves half an hour of music to fill.
Okie dokie. Stephen Dempster. This is the album that got me back into Marillion. I seem to miss about 15 years of their material, but I was hooked again. Can't even remember how I heard it, but it was around about the release. Right from the first note to Gaza, it had me. The Sky Above the Rain being my personal favourite.
Okay. Darren Newitt says, quite a long post this, thanks Daz. When Gaza was released as a teaser before the album was released, it was one of those Marillion tracks that we all had to take a step back and breathe and think, what is this monster? It took a few listens to realise this is one of the most powerful H songs to date. The music and lyrics are a narrative to what we all know is relevant more now than ever. It's worth mentioning the demo, earlier versions, with the narrated slouching towards Bethlehem section. That is amazing, and it's a shame that section never made it to the final cut. The sky above the
We did mention that. We did mention that.
We did, I know. The Sky Above the Rain is obviously beautiful. Maybe the ending is too long, however, but at the time of release, my marriage was falling apart around me, and the lyrics resonated so much with my own personal circumstances. I still find it very difficult to enjoy. If that's a testament to H's lyrical capabilities, well, this is one that brings tears to the eyes every time for all the wrong reasons. The performance at Aylesbury on the tour crippled me. I really enjoy Power, and live it chugs along as a solid song. Montreal, I found a bit of a narrated lyric, and it took a long time to really click with me. I think the live performance on Montreal on the Sunday night live set probably cemented it for me. The love from the audience for that performance was incredible. There are some songs I find a bit slow and dull. Pour My Love and Invisible Ink I can pass on. Lucky Man, that's a nice jolly song, but I have to be in the mood to appreciate it. The alternative version with the gospel backing vocals on the bonus section is well worth checking out. The artwork is really good, especially Antonio Sage's contributions for Gaza, and the t-shirt remains one of my favourites to date.
Same here.
Yeah. And if the lovely lady featured in the Invisible Ink art is single and a bit blind, she can contact me on #desperate and single old bugger.
Oh dear. David Hunter. A great album, but not necessarily the best. Only Lucky Man and Pour My Love are okay at best, in my humble opinion. Bookended by two of my favourite Marillion tracks, Sky Above really hits home as it was so close to my married life at the time.
Roger Harvey says, Pour My Love has the most underrated solo from Rothers in it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Daniel Shotman. Here's a not too long one. After Happiness and the Horrible Somewhere Else was the album where Marillion, in my opinion, finally seems to begin to understand how to please their fans and give them exactly what they want. For now, they kept true to this. Let's hope that they will continue on that path that was started with this album. Gaza, Power, Sounds That Can't Be Made, and standout tracks on this album, but is overall finally an album again I can listen to in its entirety. With the two previous ones, I couldn't and still can't. As a political statement, there is no doubt that Gaza is one of the most important songs in their catalogue, and it seems even more relevant now than when it was recorded. The DTS HD remix of the album, available only on a Sunday night above the Rain Blu-ray, is also interesting and definitely worth a look at.
Yeah. Mark Owens, Gaza is one of the most powerful tracks in Marillion's long history and one of my favourite songs. I would love them to play it at California at the end of this month. Well, we know they're not going to because Lucy's told us that. A good but not great album compared to many of their others, but I do love Invisible Ink. It's a very underrated track in my honest opinion.
A certain Andrew Barnsley Wood of this parish. Great album, if a tad disjointed. I think the orchestra version of Sky Above the Rain is better. Same with me. Love Gaza, Power, Sounds That Can't Be Made, Pour Your Love, Sky Above the Rain, particularly. Not a fan of Lucky Man.
That's the second person. I mean, didn't read it, but Darren called it Pour Your Love. It's Pour My Love.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Are you a fan, Barnsley? Come on, man. Get a grip. Darren Gelder says it's a really strong album and well produced, in my opinion. Lyrically, very diverse. The songs don't fit together like some of the previous works. It's an album I would say is very Marillion as it captures emotion and the musical understanding of what Marillion are. It's very much a listening album. Sky Above the Rain, Invisible Ink, and Gaza are all standouts. A really solid album.
Stuart Chandler. Go on, say friend of the pod, of this parish and all the rest of it, bless him. Like others have said, this was the album that brought me back on its release. Some incredible tracks that continue to reveal themselves all these years later. Gaza is amazing and powerful. I love Lucky Man and Pour My Love and the title track. The only one I have trouble with is Montreal. Maybe it would have worked more with a different lyric. Great cover as well.
Okay. David Wright says, aside from Gaza, a disappointing album for myself, I have to say. Montreal sounds pretty and is lyrically well intended, but it goes nowhere. Pour My Love rips off Prince's Money Don't Matter Tonight. I'm not sure it does, David, because I love Money Don't Matter Tonight, and it doesn't sound like that to me. The title track and the end section just sound fixed from another jam or song. Lucky Man is dull as dishwater. Oh.
Stuart Ball's got a similar tone. Really enjoy the first 4 tracks and agree with Barnes that the orchestral version of Sky Above the Rain is better. I can take or leave Invisible Ink and bits of Montreal I enjoy, but it's mostly forgettable. Lucky Man is absolutely god-awful, easily in my bottom 5 Marillion tracks of all time.
Mm-hmm. Felicity Pryke says, Mezza, I think you know exactly how I feel about Sky Above the Rain. Thank you again for your quite literal support. You're more than welcome.
Chris Wright. Overall, a very disappointing effort. 3 out of 10. Power is an absolute monster of a track, which it is, neatly combining what Marillion are capable of doing incredibly well into a few minutes. Aside from the title track, one of the only songs on the album I can stand to listen to repeatedly. It nearly broke Marillion to make it. On hearing it, I was ready to give up on them too. Fortunately, the last 2 albums have seen a terrific return to form.
Ooh. Neil McChrystal says, it's an album of extremes. Gaza is immense, and I'm looking forward to the chat about that one, given how things have developed since. And the title track is one of the best things I've ever done. But then there's Lucky Man and Sky Above the Rain, which I cannot stand.
Stephen Wicks, again of this parish. Gaza is one of the band's best songs, in my opinion. The rest is a mixed bag, but for me, the other highlights are the title track, Lucky Man and Power. Montreal was an interesting experiment, but ultimately does not stand up to repeat listenings, whereas Pour My Love gets better the more I hear it. I've great memories of the Aylesbury gig on the tour, especially the garden party / Market Square Heroes encore.
Mm-hmm. Paul Gulliver says, I've only had the album for 4 days, so probably a very different perspective to many commenting here. It's a bit too jazzy for me in places. Gaza feels a bit clunky with bolted together bits, but is a great lyric. The second part of the title track is great. Pour My Love is okay. Power is great. I enjoy Montreal, but Invisible Ink not so much. Lucky Man is good, and Sky Above the Rain is the outstanding track for me. Overall, it's okay, but I prefer Somewhere Else, Marbles, Fear, and An Hour Before It's Dark from their more recent catalogue.
Rick Kessler, friend of the pod. Probably my least favourite, notwithstanding the sky above the rain, which is just amazing.
Keith Pavitt says it has some classics on there, and Darren Evans said, sadly, it's their worst album in my honest opinion. Still got some high points, but far too many weak points for a band of their abilities. I never to listen to this album despite Brilliant being my favourite band, and Montreal is awful.
Ooh. Right, I am going to apologise now for a pronunciation of a name, so any complaints, just email in or tell us on Facebook. Gel Martin Loff. Love it, but not perfect. 8 out of 10. Gaza is very powerful and has poignant lyrics. I adore the title track, love the opening with heavy synths, and love the last part, the Aura Borealis section. Great solo from Rothy. I like Pour My Love, it reminds me of Prince somehow. Power is my favourite. It is the hit that never was. Great calm verses, lovely explosion in the chorus. You never knew Power, did you? Rest of the tracks are fine to good, but Lucky Man I don't care for. If you kept it off and had 7 tracks, as with number 5 Invisible Ink, number 6 Montreal, number 7 Sky Above the Rain, I think it makes a stronger album.
Okay. Colin Phoenix says, I'm stunned by the comments on here. It's a great album. The title track is so unique and unlike anything else from any band. I love the artwork and the concept. Not a weak moment for me. Well, that's what you think. So it's back to Craig and me to wrap things up.
Yay! But keep an eye out on the Facebook page because we have conversations and we ask stuff all the time. And also on this thread, there's a lot more comments that we haven't read. So sorry if I haven't read out your comment. There was loads.
Yeah. Thank you very much if you did comment. Well, that's what you guys think about the album as well. So you've heard what we think about it, and we've heard what you guys think about it. I think overall, it's a huge thumbs up from those of us that have been on the pod, isn't it, guys?
Definite. Yeah. Apart from one track for me, but overall, it's a good album. Yeah. It's a good album.
They're going to play, they're going to bring it back now. Now Ian's heard that. They're going to play it every time.
One's for you, Darren.
Yeah.
Yes, this one goes out to Darren.
It's all his fault.
Along the tour, because obviously there was in 2013 there was the 3 weekends.
Yeah.
And then later on in the year in November was the first Friars gig.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
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 Ah, right, yeah.
So they did a Manchester Academy, and then it was the first return to Friars gig.
We went to that. I'm saying was that we went
Yeah,
to it,
we did both of them.
We all went to it.
Yeah, we did both, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we all go round to Barnes' house in the afternoon before the...
He had a barbecue and that
He had
was
a barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that Friars was the one where they let you into the, well, it's still like that now. They let you into the foyer, don't they? And there are 2 main doors into the venue, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yes.
So all the people that have been queuing for hours went to the right, and we went to the left, and we were further forward than the folks that have been queuing for 6 hours.
I wasn't, because I was upstairs with Scott, sitting upstairs in the
I thought
old
you were gonna
man.
say 'cause you had a
old-
conscience then for a minute.
Let everybody through.
Yeah. No, so that's a lovely venue.
They were,
it is,
they were
yeah.
really good.
It's a
They
lovely
were good gigs.
Yeah. And I think as maybe Lucy said in part 1, this is the start of the band's formulating the way they work now, isn't it, really? Truly, I think.
I think it was the first time we got into the 4-year cycle, I think, because it was, I mean, apart from with Friends sitting in the middle, 2008, hang on, that wasn't that. What was Less is More sitting in the middle. 2008 for Happiness, and then 2012, and then 2016 for Fear, and then probably what would have been 2020 for the name of the album. I just completely
Out Before It's Dark.
Out Before It's Dark.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, if it hadn't been for COVID, that would have probably been 2020. So in that 4-year cycle, I remember thinking it had been a long time waiting for a new album at the time.
But also, this has been the most stable amount of time that the band have had with a record label. So you think since with them signing to like Adele with the Music back with I think 2009, and they're still with them now. You know, it's and apart from the Racket releases and whatever early reissues and other reissues that they've been, you know, all the new stuff and the live stuff that's been non-Racket and that has come out through Adele as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Got a
seems
good
to work for both
relationship.
parties, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's good. There are some when I get an Adele vinyl, usually it sounds great. You can't say that even about some of the stuff that comes out on Universal now. Depending on where it's pressed, it can be really hit and miss.
Really? It can be
Yeah,
that
yeah,
terrible.
yeah. There's a certain pressing plant in Germany that's renowned for not being great.
So do you like the pressing on the vinyl of
Yeah, it's really nice and quiet. It's really nice and quiet.
because is it a 2 disc or is
Two
it
disc, yeah,
Two
two
discs.
disc, yeah. Gaza on side 1, Sounds, Pour My Love and Power on side 2, Montreal and Invisible Ink on side 3, and then Lucky Man and Sky Above the Rain on side 4.
and it's just not available at the moment, but I would imagine it'll be repressed before you know it, I would think.
I would think so, because I think the band have said they're not going as far as this with the remixes as the last I heard, but it's always subject to change.
Well, you know, there could be a need for a picture disc like they're doing with the Warner stuff. So, come on, there's all the post Warner stuff. There's never even been a thought of a picture disc for anything. So here's the next thing: picture discs of everything from Strange Engine onwards.
Was it
Radiation 2013 didn't have an etching on side 4.
Can't remember, Darren.
I think Radiation 2013 vinyl has an etching because I think it's only
It's
3
blue
sides.
vinyl, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a double vinyl, but it's only
Yeah.
3 sides of music. I think there's an etching.
Might be
on
right,
side-
yeah.
side
Might be
4.
right.
Yeah, that
That's the nearest they got to a picture disc.
Have you been asking people to come and see your etchings, Darren?
Did you see that somebody had asked? It might even be our friend Claude had asked for if Lucy could request a He Knows You Know picture disc because it's the only one that's missing.
Yeah, they never did that, did they?
No, it's not going to happen though. It's not going to happen. But I'm sure Stephanie's sick of seeing the picture disc already.
Yeah. Thinking, oh, I had another freak tape gun accident, and the tape gun slipped, and I ended up grating part of my arm. So
Ooh, ouch. Got it all to come again in November, haven't you?
yeah.
Yeah, next 2 of November, I think. Yeah. Anyhow,
I wonder if because the old picture discs are actually awful quality. They're not playable really. Like they're sort of crackly. Be interesting to see whether the new ones are.
But they're not. They're bought as a piece of art.
yeah, they're not. You don't buy them for high
Oh,
fidelity.
and all my original picture discs and everything, I never played them. They're all still
No.
with their HMV stickers on, and
Yeah.
Excellent.
No, they're not. I mean, they look lovely. I haven't played mine. No. But I'm still a bit undecided as to whether I'll go back and rebuy all the others because obviously I've got the EMI ones, but
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow,
depends on whether you've got your more money than sense.
can I write something on your envelope?
yeah. Well, yeah. You could just write an envelope and send me it. The way things are being announced to be released, I can't really afford it at the minute. The amount of stuff that's coming out for Christmas. Anyhow, that's a whole other subject. We've been talking about sounds that can't be made. Thank you very much if you've listened to both episodes. We do appreciate it. We want to thank our guests, Darren.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Stephanie.
Again,
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you very much to my co-host, Craig.
Right, thank you, Yusuf.
It's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
Take care.
Oh, go on, Darren, you do it for us.
Stay alive.
Yay.
Thanks for listening to Planet Marzipan Podcast. Please like and subscribe from whichever platform you get your podcasts from. You can contact us at planetmarzipanpodcast@gmail.com and check out marillion.com, fishmusic.scot for all the good stuff.